Good morning. It's Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, that's on television, that's on the internet, and that's on KSLO 1230 a.m. on your dial, and 105.3 out of Simpsport, Louisiana, FM. And of course, we've been on the radio for many years, television many years, and my sidekick here has been on the show with me for quite a number of years yourself, Andrew.
I've been sidekicking with you for many years.
That's correct.
Before the show.
Before the show. We've been working together for 30 years. So lot of things to talk about. And of course, one of the first things I think that I'd like to mention is the tragedy that's happened to the young children, young students over at Opelousas Catholic here in Opelousas. We had lost two beautiful young girls that were going to be, I think, seniors this coming year. And this time it's an 11-year-old, so that would be about 7th or 8th grade student. And her name, didn't read my paper before time.
It's Miss Gilry, Lisa Gilry, I think.
Lisa Gilry of Ville Platte address. The accident happened over near Chautauqua, as I understand it. And there were, I think, 4 young people in the vehicle. And for some reason unknown at the time of the printing of the article, the car ran off the road and hit a tree. And
we had a lot of flash little rains in the last couple of days, so no, that didn't help either.
That's correct. And so we all need to be real careful right now. There's kind of a little oil slick that builds up on these roads when there's no rain, and there was no rain for probably close to 3 weeks. And so certainly the student body is going to be having, you know, a pain in their heart because they're close. It's not a huge school, it's a medium-sized school, and the kids get to know each other. Even though she's from out of town, it's no distance. There's no out of town anymore with the vehicles. They in and out of the various towns. And so my deepest sympathies to the Gilry family on the death of their loved one, and the student over at Opelousas Catholic.
We have over at Evangeline Downs coming up on Monday, July the 16th. They're going to have their annual Sunrise at the Downs, where we get a mid-year report and legislative update where all our elected officials usually show up for it. At 7:30 in the morning, go to the Evangeline Downs Event Center, and the meeting and will start at 8 o'clock, but you can get there at 7:30 to start on breakfast. Elwood Lee Gilry and Eric LaFleur, our senators, will be speaking. Representative Stephen Artigo and Ladrika Theory will be speaking. Commissioner Mike Strain from the Ag Department will be speaking, and St. Landry Parish Council President Bill Fontenot. If you want a reservation, call 942-2683.
And that's the Chamber of Commerce office here in Opelousas, Louisiana. And on the death side, a longtime friend of mine passed away, Mr. Garland. His close friends called him Lou Boudreau, Mr. Garland Boudreau, age 87. And the actual funeral services are taking place as we tape our program right now, so I want to certainly offer our deepest sympathies on the death of Mr. Boudreau. I had a phone call to make me aware of it. His wife of many, many years, and I spoke to Miss Marie oftentimes. So Miss Marie, my very deepest of sympathies. And he had worked with the Louisiana Alcoholic and Beverage Control Board for many years and retired from there. And he has sons, Harry, Dennis, David, and a daughter, Kay Marie Zonbreaker. And he had a brother that was well known in this area, Mr. Hillman Boudreau, who served as president of St. Landry Homestead for many, many years, and had a POW
he was
license plate.
He was a prisoner
of war in the Second World War. Yeah. That's I'm talking about Mr. Hillman now.
Right, his brother.
Yes, and Mr. Garland, of course, was he
87, I think.
Yeah, 87. I think he possibly served. Looked like I read something.
I think so. He did serve.
He had served in the service also. Another person who passed away is Ricky Bado, and we of course know his sister, Pat and Ray Bello, here in Opelousas, and of course a well-known family. As of the time of the taping of the program, we called Lafayette Ordway Funeral Home to find out if there were more details. It looks like it's going to be a memorial service that's going to be scheduled at a later date. Our deepest sympathies. And another person who passed away, doesn't live here, but was very, very active back in the 70s and 80s, is Charles Roma. His son, Buddy Roma, served as governor of the state of Louisiana and was a candidate for president, or attempted
in his last election.
In the last election, tried to qualify himself to be on a ballot, but wasn't able to get that accomplished. Charles Roma seemed to be a very, very intelligent person. He was a successful farmer. He was a banker. He served the division administration under the Edwin Edwards administration. Really, if you wanted to know about the government and what was going to be taking place in the upcoming sessions and all, drive over to Bossier City, right out. He lived on a plantation right out of Bossier City, and you sit with with Charles Roma, you'd find out exactly what was getting ready to take place. Our sympathies to the Roma family. And then what about your movie star here?
Ernest Borgnine passed away.
Tell us a little bit about him. History buff.
Definitely a character actor, and a lot of people know him from McHale's Navy was the big show everybody liked to watch him in, but he was in movies. You know, my understanding was he was in the Navy when he first got out of school, went off to the Navy, at least 10 years that he served in the Navy, and he came back, wasn't sure what he wanted to do. His mother said, "You're always telling jokes and cutting up in front of people, maybe you ought to be an actor." So he was 30-something years old, went off to become an actor.
How about that?
And he passed away at 95, made a long career, got an Academy Award. So, I mean, he
I like
had
him.
A good, successful career.
And Mr. Buddy Roma, I might add that for the last 10 years, the obituary states that he had Alzheimer's. And, you know, it just goes to show you the fame and the famous, it attacks everybody. Of course, President Reagan, who everybody loved, he lasted quite a number of years. I don't know how many, but a number of years. And of course, his wife has dedicated the remainder of her lifetime working to organize and make sure that different, I guess, scientists, doctors are working on some remedies, treatments for it, and they're making some progress. There is some progress being made, but when it's your loved one that is affected, naturally, it's not fast enough.
Right. How about happy birthday to Miss Helen Ore? She turned 90 years old, July the 7th. She lives over in Sunset, Louisiana. We try to tell her happy birthday every year. So happy birthday. And we got a nice note from her daughter, Susan. And of course, Susan's married to Armand Castile.
Right,
so
right.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Coach. And
thanks for reminding us, Sue. We appreciate it, baby. And then we have, within our own family, we have a happy birthday. We have two happy birthdays. First of all, my godchild, Austin Guitro, your daughter.
That's right.
Your daughter.
Tomorrow's her birthday.
July 12th.
She'll
and then, of course, you're going to give her age.
She'll be 16. Yeah, she's old enough that she
Sweet
can give her
16.
age. Sweet 16.
Yeah, they still say that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
Good. And then I'm not going to say how old Kelly is.
Well, you say it's the anniversary of her 16th birthday. Once you get to be a full-grown woman, it's the anniversary of her birthday.
My daughter Kelly, good morning and happy birthday, baby. And and let's hope they have good, healthy ones.
How about some sponsors? Let me get some of those in.
Yes, and we have new lineup.
Yeah, just to let everybody everybody know, instead of the long 3-minute break on TV, and we break with KSLO and break different ways, we're going to match up TV and radio all identical. We're going to go to 3 1-minute breaks instead now. So at 15 after, 30 after, and at 45 after, we'll take a 1-minute break just to kind of give you all an idea. So we're going to have a quick sign out and a quick sign back in whenever we come back from that 1-minute commercial. So don't go far. You're not going to have time to spend 3 minutes going to fill up that cup. You'll have to stay close to the TV now.
That's right.
But we'll start with Mr. Benny's Supermarket over here in town with their home-style cafe, now serving homemade boudin. So if you go in and you want to get your plate dinner, you want to get some boudin, you want to get a salad, they've got all that. They do catering as well for any occasion. You can go get your meals. It's cafeteria style. When you go get your meals, you can pick out what it is that you like for a good hearty meal. Great specials all the time. They've got a great wine selection, beer selection, seafood, meats, all stuffed and seasoned ready to go, as well as the great produce section, Miss Mary's gift shop, and Little Benny's nutritional supplements for those of you working out and staying in shape. There's Benny's over here in Opelousas, and let's go with Targill Seasoning if you want to get some seasoning supplies, if you want to get some butcher supplies, some cutlery, any kind of kitchen supplies. And that's from the restaurants to your grocery stores to your home to maybe your caterer, maybe outdoor kitchen or your camp. They've got everything that you need. Go buy your knives, get those good chopping blocks. You know, the old days we'd use those wooden chopping blocks you'd use in your kitchen, and you always worry about, did I get it clean enough? I don't want to wash it too much because I'll mess up that wood. They've got those real good, high quality, I don't know what the material is called, but that's graded by the government, where you can put them in hot water, wash them real good to get all the bacteria off. The bacteria doesn't stay on them. Good to use in your kitchen. Good things to get there at Targill.
And speaking of that, I had an opportunity to talk to Ted Bellard, the owner, the guy that in the back of the scene doing everything, in charge of everything. Vicky called me yesterday afternoon and told me that a friend of his, Pookie, whose real name is Brian Bortel, his son, Pookie's son, apparently got murdered yesterday in the Simsport community. And I didn't get much more information, but I passed it on. Ted didn't know about it yet. I was kind of surprised. He's a very good friend of Pookie, and he was going to be going, I think, that this morning, Wednesday morning, and he was glad that I had called him. Pookie has a place of business there, and that's where the St. Landry EMS unit is. One of the units is parked on that particular property, and that's on Highway LA1.
Right. They're having a cultural district meeting here in Opelousas. There's a designated cultural district, and it's anybody interested in renovating historical residence, commercial buildings, if you sell art, if you're an economic official, a realtor, or an investor, anyone interested in downtown, big meeting Monday, July 16th at 4 p.m. over in the former City Hall building. That's now the Opelousas Police Department, in where the City Council used to meet on Court Street. You can go by it and talk about a whole lot about what you can do about getting grants and help you with your property. You can call the Tourism Department at 948-5227. They can give you more info.
You want to get that picture right there? I found my note and found out who it was.
Here he is.
That particular person is Mr. Joseph Dardar, and his nephew plays football for LSU, or did play. Now he's in the pros.
Oh yeah.
You should know his first name. His last name is Dardar. His nephew.
Tell me.
I know you're a big. His nephew, and now he's in the pros, right? I wrote my little note right here. Actually, he was picking up materials. He works for Miss Laura Ryan on her farm operation just off of Heather Drive.
Well, folks, we're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll see you on the other side of a minute.